Hey there, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. Welcome to the Lionsgate 8-8 Gateway Activation reading here. We are going to pull cards for the 9-card spread, and we are going to clarify it. But I wanted to start off with the activation cards for you. And you guys got 3, and because the South Node is in your sign, I said, okay, let's go. So what's interesting to me is the overall energy of these and what they are saying to me. So we have the halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. So, you've got a lot of things change and a lot of letting go. There's a lot of things you're going to have to let go of over the course of the next year and a half, because that is the cycle that you're in when the South Node is in your sign. And so you have this letting go, but look at how golden it is. It is knowledge, it is wisdom, is priceless. What you learn about yourself in the process of this is priceless. And so as you step through this gateway, you are entering into the halls of learning, that they would be happening, that this gateway opened up, what, like 10 days? This gateway opened up about 10 days after the South Node entered your sign. And so this is the introduction into this next, I want to say it's almost like a classroom, right? Whenever the South Node or the North Node goes through our signs, we are taking a master class that semester, right? That year and a half. And so there's a lot going on here. But with this, I just want you to understand that this is knowledge and information that is coming to you. And so allow yourself to really open up to this energy, to be okay, they're showing me lights and flashing and buzzing. Okay, when you hear a high-pitched sound in your left ear, that is the downloads coming in. When it's your right ear, it is your higher self trying to get your attention. So always try to tune in. And when these things are happening, when this is happening in the right ear, it's kind of like you kind of try to connect into your higher self and say, what is it I need to know? What is the message? And try to reach for the message. The message may come through as a feeling, as a let's do this, let's not do that, or just acknowledgement that you are not alone. You're not alone. So sometimes you can't really understand what the message is, but it is a way of knowing that you are not alone on this journey. Okay, so you're being definitely guided, and then from there, that the information is coming through. So the first thing, the left ear, the left side, the buzzing, the lights behind your eyes. Sometimes when you close your eyes, you'll see like sparkly lights. You may notice the energy around you. So if the room is kind of dimly lit, it seems to happen easier than in bright light, but you can actually see like the waves of energy. Like if you're staring at the floor, you'll see kind of like when you're driving down the road and you get that refraction of light off the road in front of you as you're driving in a dim room, sometimes on tile floors or the chairs or whatever. You can see that energy, like these waves of energy coming off of there. And start noticing these things, because I think you're going to be opening up more and more to an awareness as you let go of things in your life that are holding you back. And so you have the crown chakra upgrade, and that is going to be that sound that is coming through your left ear, that high pitched, piercing, buzzing, sometimes sound that you catch, and it's on your left side. And it doesn't mean you have tendonitis. It means you're getting this upgrade. And so when that happens, acknowledge it, and with a thank you, even just acknowledging it and pausing and breathing through it. So you have the crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experiences, and miraculous energy. So your crown chakra is being upgraded, and that is to allow the energy to come in more through the course of the next year and a half as you're going through this reconfiguration of your energy. You have the soul star activation. So your crown chakra is about 12 inches. Yeah, it's right here. So it's at the top of your head. And then about 12 inches above that is your soul star. Okay? And so your soul star, that is where your higher self hangs out. They're the gatekeeper for your soul star. So they're working to activate your gateway of this cosmic energy, to open it up, to allow for these upgrades to come through, because you are entering into this masterclass for the next year and a half. And so you have a lot going on. Mars moves into your sign on the 28th of this month of August, and Mars is going to be bringing activations. They're telling me. Uh, so pay attention to that time. That'll be right when Mercury has stationed retrograde, and so things will be slow. It almost feels like, when you enter so you took a summer break at school, and then you start class, right? And the teachers spend like the first week or two or three figuring out where are you, what have you retained, what have you retained, what have you retained, and then from there, then the learning starts. And I almost feel like that Mercury retrograde period, because we're now going to be in the shadow as of August 4th, we're in the shadow, and then the station's retrograde on the 23rd, and takes 3 weeks, around the 15th of September. It stations direct. And I feel like it is this onboarding of information, this cleansing, this clearing, this downloading, the teachers, your higher self, seeing where it is that you are in the process and tuning you up and getting you ready for what's next. And so you may notice a lot of losses in your life, a lot of things being shuttled on out. It's time to release and let things go. Attitudes, people, situations, jobs. Some of your loved ones may cross over. Some of your housing situations aren't working out, and you may be moving, changing communities, changing jobs. This is stuff that's going to happen a lot over the next year and a half. But I feel like there is a big, massive hit of it right at the beginning for those who are willing to let go. Others, it'll be pride from you. So if you're feeling like this is a change that you want to make, I would say sooner rather than later would be easier, because then you would have this time to really have a smoother, easier transition. That's what it feels like. Okay, to the sea. We have movement forward. To the sea says to get into flow with spirit, to allow yourself to move forward on divine timing, to not fight it. The movement is going forward. You are moving forward. Okay, you can't stop that. You can fight it. You can create challenges, more blocks for you. The challenge is going to be at peace within, accept it, and breathe your way through it. And I really want to encourage you to create a meditation practice. If you're trying to think your way out of the situation, the strategy has to resonate with your heart. I'm not going to tell you not to think your way out of it. You're an air sign. But right now, we don't have any planets in air. And so right now, at the time of this gateway, what we have is Mercury. It rules 2 planets, 2 signs. It rules Gemini, which is an air sign, and it rules Virgo, which is an earth sign. And so I really feel like it's that grounded energy there. And doing the retrograde there allows us to reorganize and to recalibrate as we kick off here. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that one came in the reverse, and that actually means something. So you have the card of goblins. Things are going to come up. Fears, doubts, anxiety. They're going to come up because when we make changes in our lives, or changes happen around us, I mean, it does bring up, when things aren't the same as they always were. And so this is why you're being asked to get into flow and just allow yourself to move with the changes, to allow these things to happen. You are stronger than you know. You're stronger than you know. You're much more capable. The stress, the big challenge here is this breathing. This is the being at peace with it. When you find the anxiety welling up inside of you, pause, breathe. Settle into the energy and make choices from a calm space. Because here, I'm worried, up here in the area of resources, you have the card of thinking. And I feel like you could get stuck in a cycle of indecision. Well, I could see it this way. I could see it that way. Well, if I did this, but I could do that. And I know you know what I'm talking about, Libra. It is a place that is very comfortable for you. Weighing things out, trying to see it from all angles. I think it's going to be very challenging as you go through these changes to recognize that you're stronger than you know and you can make a decision. So the thing about life is just a series of choices. That's all it is. And you're in school. And so we learn what works and what doesn't work, right? And you're entering into this master class where the decisions are going to be presented to you. The options are going to be presented to you. And the choice is yours. Oh my God, that's so funny. The choices are yours until you don't make one at all. And then they're made for you. Isn't it better? You have the unfinished symphony. Isn't it better if you choose what resonates in the heart and move in that direction? If you move toward the joy, if you take the risk so you can reap the reward, and the reward would be happiness and joy. That's the reward. So the key to the situation is clean it up. Things are changing. Things have to be let go of. There is a releasing. Energy here says time to go. In the energy of action, it's time to go. It's time to make choices. And where are you going? She's walking out onto this dock. It looks like a dock, but it goes through it. And over here, way in the distance, and you can't really see it in the fog, there is a doorway. It is the gateway. And we're in the gateway energy. And actually, as Venus does she rules your sign, right? And she's doing this retrograde over there in Venus, where this, in Leo, where this gateway energy is right now. But when she finishes up her transit in Leo, is right at the 1010 gateway. It's time to go. And she'll be moving into this more organized energy of Virgo, which is right now where Mars is and where Mercury is doing its retrograde. And so it is about reorganizing things and getting ready and taking a risk. The anchored in energy here is come to the edge. Come to the edge. If you're not standing on the edge, you're taking up too much space. This is the time. You have so much support from the universe. The changes that you want to make are easier now. And if you don't make changes, it gets so uncomfortable that you will make the change, or the change will be made for you, but it may not be the way you would have preferred. That's the challenge. Always the challenge that we have when the South Node goes through our sign. It's like, we know we need to change this. We know we need to get rid of that job. We know we want to move. We know this relationship's not working. We know these things, and yet we linger. And when the South Node comes through our sign, they're like, what you hanging out here for? You got stuff to do. It gives you the shove out the door. And so we have the card of Moonlight with the wishing well. Moonlight says to pay attention to your intuition and look at the sun shining there at the wishing well. It's about picking what makes you feel joyful and happy. And so this energy that's draining yours, it's doing the same thing over and over again and having the same result, and the result isn't necessarily what you want. Chopping wood. Wow. I would make a choice to move, but I'm working so hard I don't have time to look for a house. Yeah, I don't like the job I'm at, but I don't have time to fill out a resume and go on job interviews. Yeah, I don't really like this relationship, but things are so busy at work, I just don't have time to deal with that right now. Trust me. If those things need to go, they're going anyway. If you'd like it to be on your timetable, then put it on your timetable. Otherwise, the universe is going to take care of it. In the area of what you're seeking, we have the higher power. So you're trying to listen to your higher self. Your higher self says, we're coming in. Take some time out to breathe. Create quiet space before you go to bed at night. That is the easiest time to do it, right? The day is done. You don't have to worry about what you got to do next, because what you're going to do next is sleep. And take a few moments and sit or lay and breathe. Pay attention to your breath and say, hey, higher self, I am open to receiving messages while I sleep. And I would like to remember what I need to know when I wake up. And then you can go to sleep, and your higher self has easier access anyways to your subconscious mind. And there is a situation. We've got the card of mending. As you let things go, you're going to need time to heal. So changes are going to happen. Healing will happen. Everything is in divine timing. You have, I am in the flow of the universe. I am in the flow of the universe. And you will notice in this one, she's wide awake in the dark. And this one, as the dawn is coming up, she looks like she's slumbering. I think you get messages that come to you in your sleep. Pay attention to your dreams. When you wake up, jot down what you remember, or speak it into your little phone, or whatever it is that makes you happy. Retain the messages. And then, even if it's just an image or a color or a place, go to the computer and tap in spiritual meaning of, see what messages come through. Spirit is upgrading you and trying to communicate with you and organize things and bring things into alignment. You got a lot of things going on here. I want to go to this Halls of Learning one, because that's the one. That's the one. It was the first one that came out. And, okay, yep. The Halls of Learning, also sometimes known as the Great Halls, are an etheric retreat dedicated to spiritual knowledge. Etheric retreats are easiest to access in sleep. If you're really good at a meditation practice, you can do it that way too. They are training spaces for all souls, including those on earth, spiritual guides, and those between lives. They have been visited by many spiritual seekers, seers, and mediums over the years, and have been described as giant, somewhat Gothic university buildings with marble flooring, staircases, and tall bookcases. Some have said these halls are home to the Akashic records, while others wonder if they are connected to the halls of amenity. Kyle Gray says, I can confirm these are actually two different retreats. It's not the halls of amenity. I can confirm that myself. That's not what the halls of amenity look like. It does remind me of the library of the Akashic records. So they may be in the university. I'm not sure. But it's not the halls of amenity. The halls of amenity, you go down this long corridor, and everything is all stones, but they've been etched in all these hieroglyphs, and a lot of some of the reading I can't tell you where it comes from. But some of it is Egyptian, and it's just really, and you go down, you just keep going down to get to it, and this doesn't sound like that at all. Okay. Ultimately, this etheric retreat is an ancient mystery school, and it is particularly powerful for those who are opening up their psychic and clairvoyant abilities. If this gateway comes to you often, it brings confirmation that your psychic gifts are strengthening. Also, if the idea of ancient mystery school in the astral realm seems familiar, there's a good chance that you've been here during your dream time, or even between incarnations. I can tell you, you are being invited to go in your dream time. You accepting that invitation before you go to sleep by saying to your higher self, communicating with your higher self, that you would love to be escorted to the halls of learning so that you could receive what it is that you need to know. Great opportunity. Everybody can do that. Honestly, everybody can do that without an invitation. But you know what you have here is the engraved invitation. Go ahead and accept it. Come to the edge. Take a risk. Nobody has to know you're doing it. It's between you and your higher self. And see what you learn over the course of the next year and a half. These great halls are held within the heart of Source and are a projection of the Divine's mind, infinite intelligence. When we visit them, we are connecting directly with the wisdom of Source. You are on the path. Oh, look, you are on the path. Time to go. You're on the path, and down here is the doorway. You're on the path to great learning. Spiritual beings are drawing close to you to support you. If you are facing challenging or difficult circumstances or have just moved through such a time, you're being called to review what you have learned. Being called to review what you have learned about yourself. If you are still feeling overwhelmed by a certain event or asking why it happened, to call on Source, your guides to reveal to you in the patterns, in the trauma or the wound that has contributed to this challenge. If you aren't experiencing challenging energy, the reason that you've made huge progress on your spiritual journey so much so that your perspective has shifted and you can view everything, every challenge as a window of opportunity. The Halls of Learning Gateway indicates that your spiritual gifts are being developed at this time. And so in the middle of all the chaos that seems to be going on around you, the busyness, the I got to get this done, create space. And in your dream time might be the easiest place to start. Create space to connect in. And just as a reminder, you are stronger than your fears. There are two energies. There's love and there's fear. And Libra, you are the sign of love. You are stronger than your fears. Okay, I guess that's it. I'm getting that song, Wishing Well, Kiss and Tell, if that means anything to anybody. Okay. All right, so I'm on Facebook every day. If you guys want to check in, I do a lot of astrology work over there. We are working with Venus as she transits through Leo. And I do personal readings. They are affordably priced, okay? And I understand that some people go, oh, she does them cheap because she's not good. That's not it. When I was coming online and I was waking up and I could have really used some guidance, I couldn't afford anybody. So I want to be affordable because my goal is not, it's not about, it's about helping you on your journey. That's what I'm here for. So, all right, guys, you take good care of yourselves. I'll see you back here soon.